The deepest danger of AI is not about taking your job, although it probably will for many of you. It's not about AI becoming super intelligent and destroying humanity, although that risk is being taken seriously by serious people, and I take it seriously too. The deepest danger of AI is psychological, and it's happening right now. It's happening to nearly everyone who uses these systems, and it's happening below the level at which most of us are paying attention. AI has been built deliberately by engineers who understand exactly what they're doing to exploit the deepest human needs, the need to be known, to be valued, to be prized. And it simulates giving you all that in a way that no technology has ever achieved before. This is called attachment hacking. The mechanism is sycophancy, a word that goes back to ancient Greece, where it described the professional flatterer, the person who tells the powerful what they want to hear for their own benefit at the other person's expense. In 2023, researchers at Anthropic demonstrated that AI systems are systematically trained to tell us what we want to hear, to validate what we want to believe, to reflect back an image of ourselves that is more important, more brilliant, and more right than we actually are. The psychological term for the result is ego inflation. The mythological term is hubris. And in every tradition that's ever taken hubris seriously, whether it's ancient Greece or Confucian China or the Hebrew Bible, the pattern that follows hubris is always the same. And that's called nemesis, the fall, the reckoning that was in the end entirely foreseeable. Our great writers and spiritual leaders throughout time have warned us of these dangers of technology. And one of the best is Herman Melville, who wrote Moby Dick. Herman Melville's Moby Dick is the story of Captain Ahab, a man who is so inflated that he believes he can win a war against nature, as symbolized by the great white whale that he hunts. Though the crew knows that his mission will lead to their death, they follow anyway, and they sail straight into catastrophe. That scene is happening to us right now, but it's not a boat with a crew. It's the population of the entire world. The Ahabs of AI are the founders and leaders of the technology's most powerful companies. Sam Altman, who wrote in 2015 that the development of artificial general intelligence is, and I'm quoting him directly, probably the greatest threat to the continued existence of humanity. And then he proceeded to build it at maximum speed with minimal restraint. Elon Musk, who co-founded OpenAI on the explicit premise that AI development must be made safe for humanity, then left, sued his former partners, and built a competing AI lab with fewer safety constraints than the one he'd abandoned. Mark Zuckerberg, whose own internal researchers documented in writing that Instagram was actively damaging the mental health of teenage girls, and buried the research. These are brilliant, driven people who've convinced themselves that only they are capable enough to guide this ship of AI. This is what happens when someone is narcissistically inflated. The AI Ahabs believe they can be like gods, that they can fly to the sun without getting burned. Ahab was possessed, and so the ship went down. And we are the crew. What I call the meta danger is this. We, the crew, the users, will get so attached to our chatbot companions through this attachment hacking that when things start to go really wrong with AI, when the creators in their inflated narcissistic possession drive us toward destruction, we will not be able to stop it because we will not be able to give up our relationship to it. This will make our addictions to smartphones look like child's play. Now let me show you that this is not theory, that the science is in, and it's damning. In March 2026, a landmark study published in Science, one of the two most prestigious scientific journals in the world, documented that sycophantic AI measurably decreases critical thinking, it promotes dependency, and it reduces pro-social intentions in its users. This is peer-reviewed science. This is not an opinion. In 2025, the first large-scale study of AI chatbot harms among American teenagers, 3,500 young people aged 13 to 17 found that nearly half of young users had experienced at least one significant harm from their AI interactions. They were pressured to reveal secrets. They were exposed to content promoting self-harm. They were encouraged toward risky behavior. And the youngest users, 13-year-olds, were the most heavily harmed. The neuroscientist Nora Volkow at the National Institute on Drug Abuse has documented that the brain changes produced by compulsive AI use are comparable to the changes produced by cocaine. The parts of our brain that make good decisions get weaker, and the part that just wants more and more of the drug gets stronger until we're addicted and we can't control ourselves. And here's what I want you to understand. AI is not the beginning of this story. Social media was the beginning, and we already know the harms of social media. Teen depression doubled between 2011 and 2021. Suicide rates among adolescents increased 62% in 14 years. Emergency room visits for self-harm among girls aged 10 to 14 tripled in a decade. The share of high school students reporting persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness rose from 28% to 42% in 10 years. These are not disputed statistics. These are documented catastrophes. And in August 2026, 29 state attorneys general filed suit against Meta, seeking $200 billion in damages, the largest consumer protection claim in American legal history, alleging that the company knowingly engineered its platforms to be addictive to children while concealing what it knew about the harms. In the pursuit of profits that will accrue to a small handful of people, there is no care for the vast majority of humanity. So what do? We need to defend and protect the human. This means that we, each and every one of us, need to protect ourselves from this most powerful drug by becoming courageous, strong, creative, and loving. The greatest bulwark against getting sucked into an as-if relationship with a chatbot is to nurture real relationships. This means working on yourself so that you are capable of being loving and accepting love. The temptations of our technological world are everywhere. The machines are built to capture us, so we'll continue to use and pay for what the AI Ahabs create. The risk is we'll be so captured that when the captain says, "Are you with me?" as he drives us to our doom, we will not be able to say no. Start working on yourself and educating your children and resisting politically now. Craft a vision of a better human future. Believe in our magnificent humanness. Fill the hole that the chatbot aims to fill with real love. If you like this, hit the button, subscribe, and comment.